Welcome to this presentation of the Common Core student work texts. These reproducible workbooks are aligned to the Common Core standards for close reading and mathematics, grades 3 through 8. TestSMART Common Core work texts offer open-ended and performance-based questions that allow students to demonstrate true mastery of the standards. Work texts provide clear examples and focused activities that move from the simple to the complex, and from the concrete to the abstract in a manner that provides scaffolded support. Activities are arranged in a manner that fosters group-based and partner-based projects, as well as individual work. Close reading work texts are complex and contain challenging academic vocabulary. Students must read thoughtfully and intentionally, and answer questions related to specific elements of that content. Literary and informational texts feature questions that are open-ended, requiring students to carefully analyze and draw conclusions from the text, compare and contrast different passages, make their own judgments, and defend their personal points of view using the text as evidence. The Common Core math standards focus on key knowledge and skills, coherence across grade levels, and conceptual understanding. Math work texts foster the student's foundational and conceptual understanding and integrate multiple ways to illustrate correct answers. As educators, we at ECS take your needs seriously and your student success personally. ECS has delivered quality and rigor in standards-based instructional learning and assessment materials for more than 3 decades. We have a history of creating quality content aligned with 14 state standards, including Texas, Florida, New York, Ohio, California, Illinois, and more. This content for the TestSMART Common Core student work texts was designed specifically for the new standards based on thorough research and development. It will meet the cognitive demands of the new standards and the needs of your students in the classroom. The Common Core state standards are part of an educational initiative that outlines what students in grades K through 12 should know in English language arts and mathematics. These standards, meant to prepare students for college and careers, were developed by state education chiefs and governors from 48 U.S. states. At this time, the standards have been adopted by 43 U.S. states, the District of Columbia, the Department of Defense Education Activity, and 4 U.S. territories. While some states have made minor adjustments or additions, the standards continue to align almost entirely with the Common Core. The Common Core student work texts are 100% aligned to the Common Core state standards for the particular grade and subject. You may have noticed curriculum or textbooks that claim to be Common Core aligned but contain recycled material that only partially meets the standards. This will never be the case with TestSMART Common Core work texts. Our products are all new, and the questions and activities were written specifically for the purposes of testing the Common Core state standards. Our student work texts are based on the Common Core state standards and the latest research on reading and mathematics, instruction, learning, and assessment. Each work text contains an extensive list of references in the accompanying teacher guide section. If a principal asks you to justify the use of these classroom materials, you can quickly provide evidence that ECS products are based on current, solid research. Proponents of the Common Core state standards hope to create rigorous instruction and learning across the country. But what does academic rigor mean? ECS defines academic rigor as a measure of cognitive demand. In a rigorous system, standards, curriculum, instruction, and assessment tightly align with the congruent measures of cognitive complexity. Students must demonstrate a deep mastery of the skills and understanding through rich, complex tasks. Close reading texts contain varied literary and informational texts, with selected passages for paired student evaluation. Literary texts include fiction, poetry, and drama. Fiction may include fables, myths, folk tales, and adapted classics, as well as historical and contemporary stories. Informational texts include biographies and autobiographies, argumentative, persuasive, and expository selections. Argumentative selections present an argument from a specific point of view. Expository texts present interesting information from science, social studies, art, current events, and other curricular areas. Informational texts may also include procedural selections that provide multi-step or detailed directions for a particular task or activity. Math texts include real-world problem-solving scenarios. All of the student work texts go beyond multiple-choice questions by including open-ended and extended response items that require student-created responses. Every item and activity was aligned to the Common Core state standards using a modified version of Norman Webb's depth of knowledge model. Low-level tasks are those that require simple recall of information. High-level tasks require multi-step and higher-order thinking skills such as inferencing, making predictions, and drawing conclusions. During the alignment process, the complexity of each item, designated low, moderate, or high, was determined. A range of levels can be found in the skill tags of each activity. Work texts have a clear and consistent layout. Close reading work texts consist of reading passages, read and respond items, and 2 to 3 activities each, addressing one or more of the state standards. Math work texts consist of introductory pages for new topics, examples of new topics or skills in practice, questions and prompts that encourage discussion, and other open-ended tasks. Skill tags are included either above each individual item or at the top of each activity page. There are a range of topics to interest students and repeated practice in a variety of contexts. For example, students may answer an open-ended reading item about a passage, but they may also complete an entire post-reading activity focused on that same standard. The open-ended format of this Common Core series lends itself to further classroom discussion via expanded student thinking. We offer TestSMART Common Core work texts for close reading and mathematics grades 3 through 8. Close reading is covered in a single volume per grade, while mathematics is offered in 3 volumes per grade. Each reproducible workbook contains a comprehensive teacher guide section. Pictured here is a sample of a grade 3 close reading work text. The left page shows a reading passage with numbered paragraphs. Key vocabulary identified as above grade level is underlined and defined in the right margin, allowing students to access the text more easily. All key vocabulary is collected in a list in the teacher guide section of the workbook. The right page shows a set of read and respond questions in an open-ended format. The directions to every set of read and respond instruct the students to read the questions before reading the passage, and then answer the questions upon rereading. Close reading is the act of reading and rereading text for multiple purposes, paying close attention to content, form, structure, and language use in order to gain a deeper understanding of the text. This idea is built into every item and activity in the close reading series. The heading of each read and respond contains labels including grade level, the standard, the strand, and the complexity level. The complexity level for these items is moderate to high. Here are 2 more sample pages from a close reading work text. Again, the left page shows a reading passage. However, the right page shows one of the reading comprehension activities provided for each passage. In the activity titled Scene Selection, students are asked to skim the story and select, illustrate, and title 4 important scenes. Students are then asked to describe characters' responses to what is happening in the scene. Now let's look at mathematics work texts. Here are 2 sample pages from the mathematics work texts. The left page shows part of an introductory section about multiplication. The What You Need to Know section shown on the page provides key background knowledge to activate or support students' knowledge about multiplication. The left page also includes a Did You Know box, which you can find throughout the book. These sections give students tidbits and trivia about the world and how it works as related to math domains. The right page shows a math activity titled Using Numberline Multiplication. This activity first demonstrates multiplication using a number line and then asks students to try it themselves. We also see the grade level, standard, and complexity level. Additional sample pages from a mathematics work text shows 2 more activities. The left page shows an activity titled Friday Night Football, which first demonstrates how to translate a world problem into a correct mathematical expression and then asks students to do the same. The right page shows an activity which asks students to circle a word that correctly represents the mathematical relationship in the expression. Every student work text contains a teacher guide section in the last portion of the book. The teacher guide section contains a wealth of information, including how to use the student work text, instructional strategies, and a comprehensive answer key. The teacher guide section includes an overview of the work text and explanation of key components, for the close reading series, key components include reading comprehension passages, read and respond questions, and other activities correlated directly to the Reading Common Core standards. For the mathematics series, key components include introductory and explanatory pages, guided examples, and other lesson features. A complete list of the Common Core state standards for the subject and grade level. An explanation of rigor and complexity levels based on Webb's depth of knowledge model. An explanation of close reading in the classroom and methods to support student thinking during close reading activities. Close reading skills are closely tied to the skills that are essential for success in school, career, and life, such as critical thinking, innovative thinking, elaborative thinking, problem solving, decision making, collaboration, communication, and connecting ideas. Suggested ways to integrate the literacy strands while using the text and activities. For example, one recurring activity in the close reading books is titled Words and Phrases. Though the main goal of the activity is for students to define interesting words and phrases from the story, our teacher guide section suggests that teachers extend the activity by discussing how people use interesting words and phrases to express ideas when we write and speak. An explanation of the key mathematical practices identified in Common Core. Specific ways to support student thinking during problem solving and other mathematics activities. Other recommendations, such as activating prior knowledge and engaging in math talk, are described in the Mathematics Teacher Guide section. Suggested methods for using the work text during classroom instruction. A complete answer key. A bibliography of research references. A full list of research sources is provided in the teacher guide sections for close reading in mathematics. Close reading and mathematics work texts for grades 3 through 8 are $16.99 each and reproducible, allowing teachers to copy student worksheets for their classes. Visit our website at TestSMART.com to learn more. ECS Learning Systems has created quality K-12 teaching materials since 1982. A seasoned publisher, we share your commitment to your students and their testing success. When standards change, we strive to provide you the support you need, backed by research you can trust. In-house product development specialists and freelance teacher writers create high-quality content for our products. Our products are research-based, with content to engage students and, most importantly, to make your teaching easier. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the TestSMART Common Core Student Work Texts. Visit our website at testsmart.com